There's certain retailers that somehow want to deny the fact that their consumer actually deals with pop culture on a lot of levels. You know, that it's like they like to listen to certain music and watch certain movies and watch certain TV shows and, you know, certain subject matter, and it's like, you know, somehow they mix their metaphors of like, you know, oh no, they can come in there and we can sell DVDs of it, but God, can't have a toy of it, you know, I mean, okay, sure, I guess that makes sense somewhere. Well, I first broke in out of college doing comic books, and at first I was a penciler, then I was an inker, penciler inker, then I was penciler inker, and I wanted to write. And then I wanted to do some coloring. So I've always been a guy that's sort of greedy as to like, oh, once I see somebody do a job, I want to try it myself. Then we started Image Comics, which means you're now a publisher, which means you're a businessman, quote unquote, an entrepreneur. And it was in the confines of that I got sort of the idea of, you know, again, starting the toy company. A monster has to scare you and has to bug you and has to have people revolt. Now, censorship is a whole nother conversation. So if you don't like something, I get it. I get that if you're a mom, you go, I don't like that, I'm not taking it home. I got that one. You know what? God bless everybody, you can do whatever you want. Censorship means I don't like it, I don't believe it should exist. That's the line that I will fight to the death at every time. If you don't like it, turn the TV off. If you don't like the music, switch the channel. And just because you don't like something to the left does not mean it should not exist. And I resent anybody that wants to shut down anybody from using their imagination just because they can't stomach this subject matter. You know, again, there's always going to be controversy when you're dealing with, you know, some of the subject matter with the Movie Maniac toys with Freddy Krueger and Jason, and, you know, we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming up. People are going to always fall to the thing of, I don't like violent stuff. You know, first off, let's just deal with a couple things. It's make-believe. You know what? I know it, you know it, the moviegoers know it. Somehow conservative people don't know it. And just because you watch a movie that has a guy with a gun in it does not mean you advocate. I'm a guy that thinks that we should eradicate every single gun in this country. I'm anti-gun to the nth degree. But it doesn't mean you can't put a gun in a movie. I'm not advocating using the gun. It's just make-believe. Just like if I put a doctor in a movie doesn't mean I think your children should grow up to be doctors. Getting licenses is really the most difficult thing for movies and television. And why? Because you have an actor's and an actress's likeness you have to deal with. Some contracts, depending on when the movie was made, include those likenesses. Why? Because it was either a no-name actor or actress, or at the time they were just beginning their career, so they hadn't become a big star that they could then say, no, I'm not giving you my likeness. Because you say that at the beginning of a contract, they go, fine, we'll get somebody else. Who are you? And so the ones that we've lost and had difficulty attaining are the ones where you now have to actually get the face. And they go, nah, you know, Al Pacino doesn't want to be Scarface, or Mel Gibson, I don't think we're going to be able to get him to do Braveheart, or, you know, you even had some difficulty trying to acquire Linda Blair for Exorcist, or things, you know, so what are you going to do? If you can't do the likeness, there's no sense doing a quasi version of it, so you just have to walk away from it.
I know they'll come again someday.